Hi, everyone, and welcome to the SmartBear community interviews. This interview is part of the Inside Zephyr online event that is happening in the Zephyr communities. Over the course of this event, you will not only meet the Zephyr team, but will also learn valuable insights about how the work is done on Zephyr products at SmartBear, and we'll also talk about test management, current trends, and what's happening in the industry. Our today's guest is Cristiano Caetano, and he is the Senior Product Manager. Cristiano actually works with two Zephyr products, Zephyr Squad and Zephyr Scale. For the sake of this interview, we will be focusing on Zephyr Scale. For those of you who don't know, Zephyr Scale is a scalable advanced solution, test management solution for Jira. And without further ado, hi Cristiano, how are you?
Hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So, I gave you only a brief introduction. Could you help our viewers understand what is your role at SmartBear?
As you said, I'm a product manager, so my role is pretty much understanding what the customers need. So my job is pretty much like customer centric, and I help driving the vision of the product, make sure that we're on track on our internal vision, and make sure that we're delivering value to the customers.
Hmm. I see. And what is your day to day work like? Which teams do you communicate with the most?
I mean, both products, right? So Zephyr Squad and Zephyr Scale, it's part of my daily basis, day-to-day work. But of course, we have so many others products and product lines, and you have integration with those products. So on a daily basis, of course, we are working together on some like initiatives where there's some sort of overlap. And of course, as a product manager, I talk to customers in a daily basis.
Hmm. And what do you find the most rewarding in your day to day work?
So since I talk to customer in a daily basis, it's pretty much like rewarding to see customers like using the product and being productive and making data driven decisions based on information generated by the product. So that's by far is always like the most rewarding thing in my day.
Hmm. Thank you for your reply. I've been talking to a lot of people from Zephyr teams and SmartBear, and it is nice to hear that almost everyone said that working with customers and seeing how they implement our solutions is like the most rewarding thing. This is a really good approach, I think, to product management and to product development on the whole. Okay, my next question would be, could you share a bit about your background and how did you become part of Zephyr Scale?
So my background is in software testing and QA. So it's 20 years ish of experience in that specific field. And I'm the founder. So it's my baby. So the reason I start working with the product is because I founded with another founder, Victor.
Hmm. Yes, we have a great interview with Vitar as well. So everyone go definitely check this one out. And how did the idea of Zephyr Scale came to be?
So I was working with Victor, again, my co-founder, on some Jira implementation projects, and we noticed that the apps for test management in the Atlassian marketplace back then they didn't meet our customer needs, so we decided to move forward and introduce like a better alternative to meet our customer needs. So back then our focus was on the enterprise market, and it's still the same like focus of the product, right? Zephyr Scale, it's all about like big companies with enterprise needs.
Hmm. From what I understand, usually when a couple of people decide to found a product, they represent different ways of looking at it, or they have different skill sets. So were you the tech specialist in the product, or was it the same? You and Vitor were both technical.
Now Victor was the technical guy. I
Oh, I see.
was I was the product slash marketing slash like the guy that make coffee. So I was doing all the other things pretty much.
Yeah, I see. This is the best combination, because
Right.
let someone be responsible for the technical aspect, because a new product especially needs good product management. And you did great, I think, with Zephyr Scale. Um, thank you for this reply. And also, I understand that people who work with products on a daily, especially manage the products, need to self educate and keep up with all the modern trends. So, what's your preferable approach to self education?
So in my case, it's pretty much books, right? So it's cheap, it's easy, so you take your time to read. So books is by far my go-to alternative for self-education.
Hmm. It's funny because I spoke to Vitor, and he also mentioned that he likes reading books pretty much, and that's also his favorite means of self educating. Yes, I see how this can be really beneficial. Okay, and my next question will probably be really interesting for a lot of our viewers. Could you speak a bit on the Zephyr Scale roadmap? What's to expect?
Yeah, we have lots of small improvements in the pipeline, so stay tuned because we're gonna start delivering lots of like nice improvements in the product. But I would say that in terms of the key ones that we are laser focusing at this point is performance improvements in the product, including like the reports, migration support from server and data center to cloud. So it's some main thing at this point, right? So Atlassian is pushing hard the journey to cloud. So we need to make sure that we are on top of that. And support for data residency as well. That's something super important for customers, like especially the big ones.
Hmm. Thank you. And what is your personal favorite feature of Zephyr Scale?
Definitely the reporting. So I'm super proud that we have like good set of reporting uh, available in the product. So customers love using that, and then they keeping asking for more. So we have been discussing internally even to introduce like customizable reports to make sure that it's going to meet the customer needs.
Oh yes, everybody wants to customize their report, and that's understandable. That's a great feature. Um, Another question, I feel like we still have some time left for this interview. I'm just curious. So, I've been talking to a lot of people about test management trends. And of course, we touched upon like testing in general and automation versus manual. Uh, do you think there will be a point in time where manual testing will become just redundant and we will do just automation? Or will we always need the human touch in tests?
Yes, definitely. We always need like the human touch. Despite the fact you are shifting left and shifting right and introducing continuous testing as part of the DevOps lifecycle, there's no question about like the human touch, right? So there are some points that you need like a creative person going over the product, like maybe changing the way from traditional testing to a more exploratory testing type of approach. But still, we always need someone in terms of like using their creativity and like critical thinking to validate the product, right? So yes,
Hmm.
I agree with you.
And my last kind of a question. So this interview is part of the Inside Zephyr event, and it will be posted to the Zephyr Scale community. Do you have any special message for the community members, because it's been growing like crazy for the last couple of months, even?
Yeah, absolutely. I think like having a community is super important because customers can help each other and share their experiences and success. And even when they have problems, right? So it's important to make sure that other customers understand the problems they're facing with the product and they share solutions. And for us, from the product perspective, definitely that's an important channel. So you can understand their pain points and friction points so you can prioritize improvements or bug fixes in the product. So like we are listening, right? So keep sharing your thoughts on the community.
This is a beautiful message. Thank you so much for this interview, Cristiano. It was really nice talking to you. Thanks for giving us a sneak peek of the product roadmap. That was extremely useful. Thank you, and see you in the community, I guess.
See you. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.